This war with Iran really proves that there is nothing left in the Western world that would be worth praising at all. Literally just hypocrisy and double standard rules the whole system. Ever since this war started, now it's it's quite visible for everyone that people are so brainwashed. The American soft power is so deeply integrated to our everyday lives that most people don't even understand anymore what it means to have standards. The amount of excuses people make for the US, like bombing a school, killing schoolgirls. Well, they shouldn't have kept their radars on the school. Bombing bridges, well, they shouldn't use it for military movements. In Iran. You understand that? Like, they're bombing for by now for the fifth week Iran, and people like, oh, it's a regime. US is just liberating people. Are you fucking serious? Like people's mind is so fucking twisted by now that it's just unreal. Like people really have no fucking standards anymore. Like none, nita, nada, nichta. Ever since the war started, America proves he doesn't give a fuck. Trump literally says out he doesn't care. It started as a liberation against the regime. We will come back to that. Against the regime which killed 40,000 people, and we're going them and free the population. And by now we're standing where? They destroyed more than 100 schools. They destroyed universities, libraries, hospitals. Tell me which one of these are liberation. And we're standing in a point where they already killed thousands of people. And as we know from the beginning, we talk about schoolgirls, we talk about mothers and fathers, people who have nothing to do with the war. Liberation, right? And meanwhile, that inhuman Israel is not just committing genocide, continuing its genocide against the Palestinians. They made a law that now they can execute terrorists, right? Terrorists, like, come the fuck on. Bullshit. And at the same time, they are expanding and annexing territories from Lebanon. They just said out, we will take the territories as a buffer zone for our protection, right? That's not illegal. Russia takes territories from Ukraine, right? Oh, wow, the biggest evil in the world. Israel does the same, like, who cares, right? The fucking double standards of people is just unreal. But seriously unreal. Not to mention, since 2023, in Gaza, more than 75,000 people were killed. 75,000. Do you fucking understand the numbers? And out of that, there were 11,000 children, 6,000 women, and more than 127,000 people are injured, maybe even maimed for a life. And you want to call those people terrorists when it's all happening under the US regime? Are you fucking for real? Like, unbelievable. And in Lebanon, 1/10 of the whole country, 1/10 of the whole country. Let me tell you, that's more territory than when Russia is taking right now from Ukraine, or the same number. Oh, then it's okay, right? Like, unbelievable. Literally every international organization proved that it's war crime, proved that it's illegal, proved every fucking researcher agrees on it, except for those who are completely spineless and cowards, that it is a Nazi regime by now. What they're doing anymore is not even just genocide. It doesn't account for it. That is literal Nazism. And I love that people argue, you cannot say that they are Jewish. No, those are not Jewish. Israeli people are not Jewish. They are Zionist extremists. extremists, the same extremists that people love to call Muslim people that they are terrorists because they are extremists. Like people really don't know how to put a fucking line, how to add a 1 to fucking 1. Unreal, seriously unreal. And let's talk about regimes and terrorists. First of all, there was no 40,000 dead people in Iran. That was only a number that fucking brain that Trump made up. Nothing else. Even the highest number that the UN not clarified but said the most likely from all the photos and all the media they have is 6,000 people, which is a huge amount of people and 6,000 more than it should be. But did you fucking understand what Israel is doing every single day? That's where it starts. Second of all, Trump himself proved right now that, oh, by the way, yes, we send a weapon to Iranian groups so they can defend themselves. So basically, we have every information to be able to say that Mossad agents and weaponized groups were helping with that revolution. And there are many informations, by the way, where you can see that they are shooting into the crowd. That's how they try to fire up the whole situation. So it was the fucking US again, and people dare to say Iran is a regime. Oh, let's talk about regime and terrorists, by the way, because what's happening right now, Ashra, an ex-Al-Qaeda leader whose group literally murdered, sexually tortured, or committed sexual violence, if you like it more, enforced disappearances and killed people in detentions. You literally can see videos online still, and it was in the news everywhere at that time in the middle of the 2000s and 2010s that his group was literally beheading people, making photos with heads like, oh, so fucking fun. And the same person is now parading around in the West, showing off like, oh, I'm the biggest friend and I'm the biggest ally right now of the world because he became the president of Syria right now, and posing with Macron, posing with Friedrich Merz, posing with the fucking king in the UK. Oh, and it's all okay, right? Just ever since he took over Syria, since 2024 December up until only September in 2005. So the first 10 months of his presidency, there is already more than 10,000 people were killed across Syria. More than 10,000 people were murdered. There were more than 3,000 extrajudicial executions, so outside of any judicial system, without judges or anything. They murdered more than 438 children and 620 women. And that's just until September in 2025. But he's not a terrorist. Now he's the biggest buddy of everyone. And starting from Zelensky, going up to Macron, everyone's walking around, shaking hands with his VIP guests. Are you fucking for real? The excuse the US used to attack Iran was that we liberate people. And then Ashara is posing in the fucking White House. Are you for real? People really have these small standards. This is how really you fucking understand, or you just don't want to look around the world. Do you know how many people still argue that, oh, we are helping Iran, we are liberating those people? Yeah, liberating them from their life. This war has proven that people are so fucking brainwashed. People have so small thinking by themselves, so small understanding of the world that it's just crazy. Like seriously, I just can't understand. In the age of information, when literally everyone has a fucking phone and they're pushing it all day, they have all the AI tools by now at their fingerprint and they could look up any information to clarify things. You can cross-check information to see which is propaganda and what is reality, and everyone saying the same fucking bullshit. Take a look at Twitter. half the fucking users are either trolls or people who seriously believe that what US is doing is right. It's right to bomb hospitals, schools, universities, bridges, roads. It's okay to attack another nation where you have nothing to do with, who you have nothing to do with, and you have no fucking right to be there. There's no justice in this world. There's no righteousness. And this is the world that the US created in the last 88 years. That is where Hollywood takes you. This is where we got from all the bullshit propaganda. And people literally have no mind anymore. They cannot fucking think. Nothing's there, apparently. And anyone who speaks up for the truth are being pushed down and being attacked by an army of brain-dead zombies. I understand that not everyone can be a researcher and not everyone was educated like at all. So I'm not expecting people to know things by themselves, but I expect people who have the comfort to have internet at their fingertips, in their fucking hands. Not to mention back home in laptops and computers and television and etc. To look up information and take a look around when they're murdering people. Why is it happening? You say Iran is a regime because they murdered 6,000 people in a riot that was, by the way, supported from the West. But then you say it's perfectly fine to shake hands with a literal terrorist who was a jihad for 20 years. Oh, but by now he's a president. He's a changed man, right? I perfectly understand why it's happening. I understand the geopolitics of it, and I understand they are doing it because their best interest, I mean the West's best interest, to have someone next to Iran on top of Israel who can non-stop harass it and steal away territories in best case scenario from their perspective. But I would expect people to have some fucking brain after knowing what happened in Vietnam, what happened in Korea, what happened in Iraq, what happened, by the way, in Syria as well earlier, in Afghanistan, and what's happening in Gaza for years by now, and everyone can see it. There is nothing more precious than human life. And we should aim for a future where we can live in peace, where we can create instead of destroying. And it's still what's happening. That's the most fascinating thing, and we're still just murdering around because that's the best interest of some elite groups and people like cattle just following the bell. I have a TV, so I'm so fucking happy. As you can all see by now from your gas prices back home as well, the Strait of Hormuz is a very important geopolitical location because it's a choking point which can cut off 30%, nearly 30% of the whole world's oil production, transportation. That's why the US started this war. They wanted to put their greedy fucking hands on it. There are no terrorists in Iran. Do you know how many countries Iran has attacked in the last 80 years? A big fucking zero. Now, how many America attacked? I know The propaganda is so thick, like so thick in the world, it's sickening. It sickens me, at least. And I don't expect you to know it, but I expect you to keep an open mind and do not fall for the bullshit. Don't try to judge people without ever seeing it yourself or without ever being there yourself and experience what's happening there. You're trashing Iran. Do you know what's happening in Syria? Under the big leadership of the biggest body right now of the West, Ahmed al-Shara. You talk about the freedom of people, of women in Iran? Are you fucking nuts? And take a look around. Who he's posing with. But you're liberating Iran, right? Take a look at Trump, because he's so fucking stupid he cannot even lie about what he's talking about, which is amazing, by the way. That's how politicians should be honest at least. But the problem, his honesty only proves that what a sickening fucking bastard he is. He literally doesn't give a fuck about no one and anything as long as he wins money with it. Businessman. Businessman. Started the war saying, we are liberating Iranians. And when their quick attack didn't work out because it's not fucking Venezuela. And not to mention what happened in Venezuela. What did they do? Liberated the country, right? And they're liberating Cuba right now, right? 11 million people are so happy for the American help, right? Use the excuse that they go there to liberate. And then right away murdered children, bombed schools, and killed leaders, politicians, diplomats, saying, oh, I can do it because I'm happy. My own pocket, but that's the small letters, right? And by now, where we're standing, he literally says we will bomb it back to the Stone Age. He's happily posting, oh, the biggest bridge in Iran comes tumbling down, never to be used again. Much more to follow. It is time for Iran to make a deal before it is too late and there is nothing left what still could become a great country. President J. Donald Trump. The liberator United States. Right? Liberating people and proudly showing off that I just bombed a bridge that people use as a fucking highway, or hope to use it, by the way, because it wasn't even working yet. It was under construction and they were building it to help people move around from the capital city. We are proudly showing off that we are bombing around the whole country and we will murder anyone if we want to. And this is what you call liberation. And this is what people still argue they are helping because, oh, Iran is a regime. How fucking stupid can people be? Like, please just fucking use common sense. It's not much to us, just use common sense and do not let uneducated trolls push you down. Do not fear to speak the truth just because there are more idiots, because it's a fucking idiocracy. Look around what's happening in your own country first. Look around what the big Western countries are doing. In Germany, where from now on you will have to ask for permission to live for a longer time in your country because they can militarize you anytime. In UK, where they're literally beating protesters who speak up against Israel. These are the free countries. Or in US, where they created ICE, where they're literally killing people with the police, where your debt is higher than what your grandchildren will ever be able to pay back, where no one cares about you and you don't even have universal healthcare and you think it's okay. All I ask from all of you is open your eyes. There's no future for us humanity if we continue on this path. There's no future for us if we don't stand up to this unjust and fight to create a system where it's not led by nepo babies who are put there for political positions because they are so fucking stupid they say what I tell them anyway. Nor politicians who are literally and openly saying out how I don't give a fuck about you stupid peasants. You work for me. You work so I can be richer or we die. You think it's okay to kidnap a president? Oh, but she was a drug lord. The fuck is Trump in your opinion? Is it okay to keep 11 million people in Cuba without electricity, cutting their oil so they cannot even produce food? Because yes, it's a quite important thing for it as well. Let's just say that. You think it's okay because they are communists? Do you even know what the fuck is a communist? Do you know anything about the communism other than what was the propaganda hitting in your fucking empty head during the Cold War? Do you know anything about what's happening around you? Just wake up. Wake up in time because there's no future like this. It's the 21st fucking century and we're still doing the same shit. Oh, the Muslims, murder them, okay. Who cares? Right? Oh, they're a regime, so we will attack them to protect them. But at the same time, our biggest body right now is a jihadist. just look what's happening. They don't even hide it anymore. It's time to wake up. Or there won't be a world to wake up for. The elite already owns everything. And there will be no future like this. We will be either slaves to the system or you're the next enemy. And you think this is an international modern society? Think.